Hey! So excited as always. Fun Fact Friday, baby. Fun Fact Friday with Crazy Cat Mac, Nicole Connor here. Super excited. We are thrilled to bring this new topic to you. We've talked a little bit about taxes before. We've talked about owning your own business before. We've even talked about the quadrants from Robert Kiyosaki, and that was huge. We'll have to resurface that video later. But that, I'm telling you, has all the right things. And I'm bringing Kat on today because she's discovered something amazing. And for those of us who have some health and wellness, product-based businesses that are home-based, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how to take advantage of certain tax benefits and tax advantages of having your own side business, whatever that might be. So, Kat, welcome to Fun Fact Friday once again. I'm so excited to do this with you today.
Thank you so much for having me. I always look forward to Fun Fact Friday. It's so
Yeah, me too. Always good stuff. So you have just finished tax season.
Yes.
To keep all of your hair on your head.
Barely.
Remind everybody what you formally did in your work life and what your tax experience has been this year.
Sure. So I was a CPA accountant for 22 years, but I did corporate accounting. So I knew controls and I knew how to do the SEC filings, but I didn't do taxes, except for my own and my grandparents. So I didn't know that much about it. And I definitely didn't understand the benefit you get from running your own home-based business. I didn't understand that at all until I started studying why, 3% of the people have 97% of the money. It's because they understand this concept and they understand how big of a difference it makes to run your own business. So I started checking into it and really learning about it last year, but even more so this year.
And I appreciate your experience and transparency in saying that this is not your background is not doing taxes. So let's be clear that we're not advising you in any way on how to file taxes or doing any of those things. What we want you to know is that there are some advantages to being an employee and an employee who has a home-based business or some kind of business in addition to that. So, Kat, would you kind of run through the advantages of having a home-based business and what that does to your W-2 income, how that changes it?
For sure. So there are a lot of expenses, like, for example, a cell phone or an internet or mileage that you need to incur anyway. And if you're running a home-based business under certain requirements, which means that you have an intent to sell that's documented and evidenced and can be validated. All right, I'm not a tax accountant, but you need to make sure you have your paperwork and your trail. Then you can deduct those expenses against the revenue. And if you've joined a company where you're using and loving the products, which why would you be in the company if you didn't? Then you're going to be getting products in a company that you love for a substantial discount or free. And you also get to deduct expenses that you would be incurring anyway to help other people feel, look better, do better, be better, whatever your product service happens to be.
Okay. So you have to have, you said, an intent to sell.
Correct.
And it's clear in any company that is home-based or network marketing based is with an intent to sell. That's in their policies and procedures. Any company that's reputable is going to require that. In fact, our company, in every single purchase that we make, makes us check a box that says, do you intend to use and or sell this product? And they will not allow you to purchase it until you check that box. So we know that every product and service or product that we provide is with the intent to sell. So that's number one. Two, that there are certain business deductions that go along with having that privilege, right? So tell me now, so let's just talk to me like I'm 5. So
okay.
I'm filing my taxes, my W-2 income, whether you own a home or not. you're filing your taxes. We're doing our simple forms, or we're doing, however forms you're using. See, right, is how you're deducting different expenses for a business. You claim it, right? You start with claiming your business.
Yes.
And listing all of the expenses of that business.
Yes.
Tell us, I have my W-2 income and I have my business expenses and income. Help me as a W-2 employee.
So as a W-2 employee, the only thing you can deduct would be itemized expenses, a home or medical expenses, and those are limited. If you are running a home-based business, you get to offset any revenue from that business against those expenses. So by having a W-2, your tax that you've paid in, you're most likely, right, in most scenarios, you're going to end up getting money back, and it can be thousands, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, depending on your particular scenario, because you've already paid in, and then you're going to be able to offset a substantial portion of the revenue that you've made. So it's actually really.
There's a list that you can look up, and your tax preparer can help you with a list of those itemized deductions and what's allowed, what's not, what the percentages are, and what all the requirements are. In addition to that, and which is what I'm really excited about you sharing today, and you mentioned it, in that when you do your taxes and you itemize certain expenses, whether it's your house or medical expenses, that there's some tax advantages for people who have a home-based business and their products happen to be listed in the PDR.net.
Yes.
So the PDR is the physician's desk reference, where all the pharmaceutical drugs, including certain products, including those that are not approved by the FDA, have been approved in the PDR. So let me just get really excited about this, people, okay? So there are a certain number of products, and we're not the only company that has this, but there are several companies that have some of their products that are listed in the PDR.
Yes.
So because they're listed in the PDR, your doctor can prescribe them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So like, this is really huge. Okay, so this is really huge. So here we are, and I want Kat, I want you to talk about this, because you've now gone through the process of how this actually works. And this is a really big deal. So not only are you getting probably some money back, or you're saving income taxes that you normally would have had to pay.
Correct.
And you may get to write off and or be reimbursed for health and wellness products.
Yes.
So you're going to get paid and reimbursed for using products that help you get well.
Yes. Where else does that happen?
Okay, so I'd like for you to give us your aha, and you have this beautiful blog that you've been writing, and so we're going to drop a link after this video on the blog so that you can find the forms and do your own homework and see if you qualify for this particular option. So tell us how you discovered this and what the process is that you went through. I'm super excited about this. I can't even believe it.
Yeah. So I knew that the products from the company that we're with, that 3 of the products were in the PDR. And I thought, well, that's really cool. So doctors can actually prescribe it. And I was thinking from this makes me really comfortable. The product is really good. But then one of my acquaintances shared that they were able to get their doctor to write a prescription. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's brilliant. You can also save money. I was like, let me go look up the rules, which I did. And the rules come from this thing called the Health Savings Accounts and Other Tax Favored Health Plans. And I have a link to that document in the blog, so that way people can look it up, because I'm not your tax accountant and you should have one and they should help you. However, according to reading this, if you're able to get your doctor to write a prescription, that's number one. So if you need to take vitamins or minerals or proteins or another product that a health company like this one has in the prescriber's desk reference, then your doctor can write your prescription. So that's step one. And then step 2 is if you're an employee and you have a program which gives you back money. So a lot of times you can pay a certain amount each month to go into there, and that all goes in tax-free. Then you can actually use that account to pay for expenses like this one that are not covered in your regular medical plan. Then that's one way to do it. Another one is if you're either employed at a company that offers a high deductible health plan, or you're self-employed as I am, and you have a health deductible plan, which is pretty easy to get, and I highly recommend checking into them if you have not yet. Then you can actually take it once you have the prescription written, which is really cool, because then you can set up, if you're self-employed like me, you can set up your own through a bank. It's free at most banking institutions. Set aside the money tax-free. You have until April 15th of 2020 to put the money in, and then you would get a tax deduction for stuff you're buying anyway. So,
wow,
right? It's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, you
have to have a prescription for sure. That's like number one, and there's no way around that. But yeah, but if it's in the prescriber's desk reference and your doctor needs you to take, right, like most people need to take vitamins and minerals anyway, I can't imagine that your doctor wouldn't write you a prescription for most people for that, right?
And for people who are on medical weight loss,
correct.
A couple, at least in our company, there's a couple of products that would be great meal replacement options. And so if you're
people who have to get, like, you've had certain procedures and the doctor wants you to get a certain amount of protein on a daily basis, and people struggle to eat that much, right? And with this shake that has 20 grams of protein, it's a really good viable option that you, together with your doctor, you could look at and
sure,
get a tax deduction for it, which will be cool, right?
And why not, right? So we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, and what's the name of your blog, Kat?
Oh, it's Tax Deduction for Drinking World's Most Nutritious Tea, ?
Okay, and your blog site is your name?
It is. It's #CrazyCat, but I have like a really weird name because it's on WordPress. It's like crazycat966418346.wordpress.
We'll post the link in there, and we'll get this article out so that you can find those documents, start asking your healthcare provider if they're willing to write you a prescription for a product if you're in the company that we're in, or even in your own companies. Some of you that are in health and wellness, some of your products are also on the PDR, so I highly encourage you to check that out and ask your company what products may be on there already if you don't already know. If you're interested in a home-based business and would like to know more about what we do, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of us, and we will help you not only get started, we'll plug you into a class that we've both been a participant in, a class that will help you identify what those tax breaks are and how to run and own your own business. So we have a system in place. So we would be more than happy to plug you into that system so that you understand how to take advantage of what this can do for you and your families. So Kat, thank you so much, and for doing all the homework and doing all the research and really putting this out there for all of us to take advantage of, but also for being as transparent as you are always, and authentic, and just such an awesome leader. And I'm so grateful for you. And if you don't know, Kat is also a coach, as am I. Kat's going to be releasing a program here pretty soon to help executives. Well, why don't you tell them a little bit about your program and what you're offering?
Thank you. It's Don't Be a Zombie. I spent a lot of my life as a life zombie. Didn't know it when I was in it because I had done everything I was told, right? I made good grades. I went to college. I got the job. I worked hard. I was nice to people, and I got promoted. And one day I woke up and I was like, if I do this for 20 more years, I'm not going to be here for very long. And so I started on the quest to find myself again and to find out how I had gotten out of balance. And I was happy to learn that it's hard work because you're working on yourself and you're not sure how you put yourself where you put yourself. So how do you unwind that? And right? So there's a lot of that, but it's really not big changes to change the trajectory of your life. So
this is a great way to do that. So this is a great way to stepping stone from corporate executives, employees, adding in this little piece for you to be able to start seeing some changes and, you know, evaluating where you want to go next. So I'm thrilled. I can't wait for your program. Everyone, thank you so much for watching us on Fun Fact Friday. If you have any questions, as I mentioned, we'll be posting the link for the blog that has all this information on it. And once again, join us next Friday on Fun Fact Friday.
Thank you.